Good afternoon, Livelihood family. Good afternoon, TL7 Masonry learners. And welcome to Radio Z-eskwela 88.5. I am Sir Dennis de MAURICIO of Mabini National High School. Amidst this pandemic, let's continue to learn. This day, let us continue to learn more about our lesson in TV Masonry 7. I know you have been busy, but please lend an ear as we continue to discuss our topic. Please be in your study area, be comfortable, prepare your modules, ball pen, pencil, and answer sheets as we begin our lesson for today. Now, are you ready? I'm sure you are. Let us learn together, my dear TV Masonry 7 learners. Tables, chairs, blackboards, and even a house were made with its correct measurement and calculation. Measuring and calculating are very important in creating useful things. Now, our lesson today is about mensuration and calculation. Our objective is to identify the object or material to be measured and choose measuring tools to be used for specific tasks. Now, do you know what is mensuration? How about calculation and the tools that will be used? To answer these questions and to understand the concept, let's listen to the conversation of the grade 7 students, Girly and Eddie.
What are you doing, Eddie? What's inside that big box?
Oh, hey Girly. Well, this box is for my tools. I will be using this for my assignment in my TLE subject, and I will be making a table.
Whoa! You'll be making a table just by yourself? That's amazing! How is that even possible?
It will be easy because I have my tools which will be helpful in measuring and calculating the lumber and the plywood. Would you like to assist me, Girly?
Sure, Eddie. I would like it too. I want to learn something today, and I find it very interesting.
Good to hear that, my cousin. Anyway, do you know what measurement means?
Not that sure, Eddie. What is measurement, by the way?
Measurement is the length or amount of something as established by measuring.
Oh, I get it now. How about calculation?
Calculation is a mathematical determination of the size or number of something.
I see. Well, it just made me know that you are really a great student because you listen to your teacher very well.
Of course, Girly. We should really listen to our teachers.
I always listen to my teachers too, Eddie. Now, what are we going to do?
That's great to hear, Girly. The first thing that we are going to do is to look for a plywood and lumber. Then, if ready, we are going to use the steel tape to measure the plywood and lumber according to the desired height and span. Then, cut it using the saw. If there's no finished lumbers available, we can use any round timbers that can be found in the surroundings. If there is no steel tape available, we can use rope or even tie box as a remedy for measuring.
Wow! I haven't used these things before, which is used to get the exact measurement. is this L-shaped tool for squaring gives an exact and accurate details for the construction of your table. Anyway, it becomes more amazing that we could have alternatives if we don't have something like this in our home. Nice!
Yes, indeed. We can use indigenous materials if you don't have such things. Now, after the measurements and cuttings, let's go to the next step. We are going to assemble the materials that has been cut. Now, we begin the construction.
By the way, my dear cousin, what are the tools you use when constructing that table?
Oh, I have many tools here, but I used only those things that are needed for the job. And these are the following. First, the handsaw. I use this to cut the plywood and lumber into different sizes and shape. Second, the steel rule or steel tape. This is used to measure the thickness, width, or length of the lumber and other objects. Third, hammer. I use this to drive and pull the nails. And lastly, the tri-square, which I use to test the squareness of the plywood and lumber that were constructed.
That's great! It's very nice to have learned things like this, Eddie. In constructing the table, my dear cousin, how do you feel?
Well, to be honest, it's very tiring. But the moment you set your mind to make it happen, you should be very patient and be positive that you will have a great output. And another thing, in all you do, give your best.
Wow! What a great conversation of Eddie and Girly. They have defined measurement and calculation. Now, can you answer these questions? Number 1. What is mensuration? Again. 1. What is mensuration? Number 2. What is calculation? Again. Number 2. What is calculation? And number 3. How will it help us in our everyday life? Again, number 3. How will it help us in our everyday life? Now, write your answers on your notebook and stay tuned here on Z-eskwela, Z Radio 88.5.
Stay tuned and we will be right back.
The Radyo Z-eskwela program of the Division of Davao de Oro is being brought to you by Nueda Builders Construction and Supply Incorporated, Maverick Builders Incorporated, Mitch Construction and Supply, Archicons Architectural Construction and Supply, DB Construction and Supply, Hanaway Builders Corporation, Phoenix Corvada Tagum Gasoline Station, Master Construction and Supplies, Mackenzie Builders, GP&H Construction Incorporated, Metro Gear Construction Corporation, NEN Builders and Development Services Corporation, Max Mays Enterprises Incorporated, We Inc. Construction Company, Rangay Construction and Supply, East Sussex Enterprise, WM Construction, Councilor Boogie and Miss Marjorie Vertodazo, Icon Builders and Supply, and Apex Mining Company Incorporated.
Learners, we are back.
Welcome back, Grade 7 TV Masonry learners. Now, let us continue our topic by listening to the unfinished conversation of Girly and Eddie. To elaborate more about the topic, mensuration and calculation.
Eddie, now that I know the different tools, can you elaborate how can I correctly get the measurement and calculation?
Oh sure! If you want to get the area of an object, example, the surface of the table which is rectangular in form, we have to multiply the length and width to get the area, or we use the formula area is equal to length times width.
That's familiar with me. Can you give me an example, Eddie?
Sure. Let us calculate. Please get the steel tape and let us measure the surface of the table. First, we get the length. Now, give me the length.
The length measures 3 feet. That was very easy, Eddie.
Very good. Now, let us get the width.
Sure thing, Eddie. The width measures 2 feet.
Great job, Girly. Now, let us get the area. Using the formula, area is equal to length times width.
3 feet times 2 feet is equal to 6 square feet.
Correct. Now, using the same object, the surface of the table, let us determine its perimeter.
What do you mean by perimeter, Eddie?
Perimeter is the measurement of all the sides of an object. Therefore, in order to find the perimeter of the surface of the table, we need to measure all its sides.
Now I get it. The perimeter is the total of all the measures of an object. So, the surface on the table represents the rectangle. A rectangle has a 2 length and 2 width. If we are going to add the 2 length and the 2 width, we can now identify the perimeter of a rectangle.
Good observation, Girly. Now, we have the formula of the perimeter of a rectangle. Perimeter is equal to side A plus side B plus side C plus side D, or perimeter is equal to 2 multiplied by length plus 2 multiplied by width.
Wow! I find measuring and calculating very interesting. Thanks a lot, Eddie.
You're welcome, my dear cousin. Now, give it a try, Girly. Try to measure the door panel.
That would be great.
Get the area and perimeter.
Let me first get the area. The length measures 6 feet and the width measures 2 feet. Now, using the formula, we have 6 feet times 2 feet equals 12 square feet.
Wow, that was fast.
Now for the perimeter. Applying the formula, perimeter is equal to 2 times length plus 2 times width. We have 6 times 2 plus 2 times 2. We have 12 plus 4 is equal to 16 square feet.
Amazing! You've really learned a lot, Girly.
Thanks to you, Eddie. I did learn a lot. Anything more you want to add, Eddie?
Just always remember that during our first experience, we may commit mistakes, but in that mistake, we will learn and find the correct measurement or calculation.
Oh, that's deep. But thank you for that, Eddie.
You're welcome. Thank you too for helping.
No worries, Eddie. Let's take our lunch.
Let's go!
Now, that ends the conversation between the two friends, talking about mensuration and calculation. When we get back, we will have a generalization of the topic. Let us have a break again for some more reminders. Please stay tuned.
Stay tuned and we will be right back.
The Radyo Z-eskwela program of the Division of Davao de Oro is being brought to you by Nueda Builders Construction and Supply Incorporated, Maverick Builders Incorporated, Mitch Construction and Supply, Archicons Architectural Construction and Supply, DB Construction and Supply, Hanaway Builders Corporation, Phoenix Corvada Tagum Gasoline Station, Master Construction and Supplies, Mackenzie Builders, GP&H Construction Incorporated, Metro Gear Construction Corporation, NEN Builders and Development Services Corporation, Max Mays Enterprises Incorporated, We Inc. Construction Company, Rangay Construction and Supply, East Sussex Enterprise, WM Construction, Councilor Boogie and Miss Marjorie Vertodazo, Icon Builders and Supply, and Apex Mining Company Incorporated.
Learners, we are back.
Now, we are back. Grade 7 DLE Masonry learners. Students, let's wrap up our discussion. The lesson today tells us about using different tools applicable for a specific job by showing its uses through constructing a table. We have learned a lot from the conversation of Girly and Eddie. It was emphasized that using the steel rule, they measured the surface of the tables by using the formula A equals L times W, or area equals length times width. And it was also emphasized that in getting the perimeter of a rectangle, we use the formula P equals A plus B plus C plus D, or perimeter equals to sides A plus side B plus side C plus side D, or P equals 2L plus 2W, which stands for perimeter equals 2 times length plus 2 times width. To deepen also, never be afraid committing mistake, because with that, we will learn. It was also stated that we can also use indigenous materials, like a piece of rope or tie wire, for instance, when measuring. Instead of a good finished lumber, we can use any piece of round timbers present in our surroundings. Without a tri-square, we can use a piece of paper or cardboard forming a letter L. We also learned that measuring as being presented is the act of getting the exact amount of thickness, width, or length of an object, while calculation is the process of getting the mathematical number or amount of something as a result of calculating. In that scenario, the value that we have acquired is patience, while for the skill, we have developed proper use of tools for a specific task. As for our assessment, please continue to answer all the exercises in your Module 4. Try to answer the activities honestly, then check them using the answer key provided to you. Then use what you have learned today to answer the task given to you by your respective teachers in the weekly home learning plan. Be sure to submit your output to your TLE Masonry teachers on Friday. That's all for today, students. I hope that you will keep everything that you have learned. Stay tuned here on Z Radio, Z-eskwela, Siguradong Lingaw, Siguradong Kuyaw. Once again, this is Sir Dennis Mauricio of Mabini National High School. Thank you and stay safe.
Radyo Z-eskwela Executive Committee, the School's Division Superintendent, Eufemia T. Gamutin, Seso 5, Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Romel R. Handayan, OIC Curriculum Implementation Division Chief, Karina S. Frasco, School Governance and Operations Division Chief, Dr. Ruben J. Riponte. Members: Cecilia Morales, Dr. Hilda A. Opeña, Dr. Arlene B. Lim, Dr. Eldicris B. Calzadora, Dr. Dexter A. Siquinia, Nohara O. Pinute, Noemi P. Canales, Dr. Grace D. Pontillas, Virgilito C. Pabrices, Juanito Lapiceros, Engineer Norberto S. Manlangit, Jomar M. Dumupoy, Bob Daylan S. Milabat, Medard T. Ampit, and Paz Eugenia Villusino. Technical Working Committee, Productions and Communications, Lorely E. Quijano, Given G. Hinampas, Judyland D. Yu, Donna D. T. Bolifer, Mary Rose N. Resma, Riwen Manuel, Irene Lea C. Manguhon, and Bessie Aya N. Banians. Social Media and Packaging Team, Christian Anhara L. Martesio, William R. Ranara, Joan T. Iscoton, Roberto S. Acusar Jr., May B. Istanyol, Richard H. Arellano, Lee L. S. Blanco, Ralph A. Tabanyag, Angelo Gutierrez Jr., and Jade Karen Araiz.